Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that have passed away serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai. Salak, shallow rise first. All right, I want to do this video because today is so-called New Year's Eve. You know what I'm saying? And our people are out here doing dumb shit, celebrating stupid fucking holidays, and they don't know the origins. They don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? They can't actually tell you what makes today New Year's Eve. You know what I mean? They're just gonna count at the middle, at the end of the clock, whatever. So to begin with, I'm gonna go into a little, not a little, but a scripture to start with. Because the scriptures is the word that we live by. So we have to refer to the scriptures for the rules we're supposed to go by. So to get an understanding on why people are on January 1st celebrating New Year's, it says, and he shall speak great things. The he is talking about the so-called white man. He shall speak great things, great words against the Most High. So doesn't he fucking speak great blasphemies, saying the year ends in Salat. The year begins in on January 1st in the middle of winter, in the middle of the night. And we'll go into that a little bit later. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Isn't the so-called white man stressing you Israelites out? All right, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So brothers have said that that's talking about 350 years, because it says a time and times, which the time equals 100 years. So the times equals 2 times, and the dividing of time. The divide, basically half of a time. Now I can't speak too much to that, but that's what's was brought out, at least to my knowledge from the old One West. But at the very least, we know that the so-called white man, according to the scripture, shall think to change times and laws. What do you mean by times and laws? Perfect example. A new day starts at midnight, right? How do you start a new day at midnight? What does midnight mean? Midnight means the middle of the night. So by definition, you can't have a new day at midnight when the clock strikes 12. You know what I'm saying? So the white man is already fucking up with time. You know what I'm saying? So how is there a new year when the clock strikes 12 at midnight, in the middle of the night? So you mean to tell me in the middle of the winter, in the middle of the night, there's a new year? So goes to show the white man's a motherfucking liar, man. The white man lies. We gonna bring it out. Start with the names of the months. September. Sept means 7. All right. An octopus has 8 feet. That's what octopus means, 8 feet. Or 8 tentacles. An octagon. A stop sign is an octagon. It's an 8-sided figure. You know what I'm saying? So 8, that we have listed as the 10th month is really, in antiquity, the 8th month. November. Nov means 9. December. A decade is 10 years, right? So how is December the 12th month? You know what I'm saying? And most important of all is Janus, which, to help me explain that, I'm going to bring out the book, The Two Babylons, by Reverend Alexander Hislop. And we're going to find out why January. Why January? All right, so it says here on page 26, on the soft cover, it says, Salat. I got to find it again. Here it goes. The statement to which I refer is that in which Janus, the god of gods, so Janus is supposed to be the god of all gods in Rome, from whom all other gods had their origin, is made to say of himself, the ancients called me chaos. You know what I'm saying? So, that's let's see. The ancients called me chaos. Now, first, this decisively shows that chaos was known not merely as a state of confusion, but as the god of confusion. So chaos is the god of confusion. And this is what Janus was known as. So they did this. They made January 1st the first of the year because they're the gods of confusion, or they're dealing with the god of confusion. But secondly, who that is at all acquainted with the laws of Chaldaic pronunciation does not know that chaos is just one of the established forms of the name of Cush. So Cush is also, chaos is another name for Cush, and chaos, Janus is the god of chaos. So it all ties in. The Babylonians, the first day of the Babylonians followed the same calendar as us, but the main month in Babylonian worship was between December and January, right? Janus being the god of confusion, right? So that goes to show. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty clear cut, pretty basic. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the real, because I got a few books laying around here. You know what I'm saying? So that we could bring out this edification. What's the real New Year's? All right, we'll get to the real New Year's. All right, Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. All right, so this is talking about the Passover. All right, so the Passover is what month? Normally it's between March and April. So how are you going to get a Passover? If the first month of the year, is the Passover, why do you never read about, even the Jewish people don't have no Passovers in January. All right, we don't have Passovers in January. They're always between March and April. All right, so it says here, 13:4. Exodus 13:4. It says, This day came ye out in the month Abib. So what is Abib? Abib is the actual first month of the Hebrew calendar. All right, let's see, what am I looking for here? Oh, the Zondervan. Yep, I have the Zondervan. Where is my Zondervan? Oh, shit, right in front of me. All right, Salat. All right, the Zondervan. Let's look up Abib in the Zondervan. Abib, an ear of corn, is a definition of Abiyab, Abib in Hebrew. The pre-exilic name for the first month of the year. After the exile, the name was changed to Nisan. It fell about the time of our March and early April. So that's when Abib occurs. Now I also went and looked up Abib in the Ben Yehuda's Hebrew English pocket Hebrew English dictionary to look up. It didn't have a word for Abib, but for Abab. Let's see. I just had it right here. Oh yeah. To bring forth. So the word Abab means to bring forth. The word Abib means to an ear of corn. All right, because that's going to be very important when I bring out a scripture a little bit later. But let's get to the season that we're in. All right, in the season that we're in, which is so-called what am I looking for now? Salat. Oh, Bible, Apocrypha. We're in the so-called winter season, right? And when you read the scriptures, it gives you clear time frames for when the winter is. I mean, you know, when an author describes something that's going on, don't they usually describe like, oh, there's snow on the ground, there's this going on, there's that going on? So I want to refer to 1 Esdras chapter 9, starting at verse 3. It says, "And there was a proclamation in all Jewry, and Jerusalem to them that were of the captivity that they should be gathered together at Jerusalem." All right, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I want to get to the point. 5th verse. "And in 3 days were all they of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin gathered together at Jerusalem, that the 20th day of the 9th month." So it's the 20th day of the 9th month. All right. Now, if you go according to Esau's calendar, that's September 20. Now, there's a problem with this taking place on September 20 as opposed to 2 months later, possibly in late November or early December, or even possibly later than that. It says, "And all the multitude sat trembling in the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather." So there was foul weather. They were trembling. So it's foul weather and they were trembling. When it's foul weather and you're trembling, it's probably because it's cold. All right, so I'm going to skip up a little bit. And it says, you know, verse 11, 2 Esdras 9 and 11, "But for as much as the people are many and it is foul weather, so that we cannot stand without," we can't stand outside, because these brothers was having a meeting outside. "We cannot stand without. And this is not a work of a day or two, seeing our sin in these things is spread far." So the point that I wanted to get to is this took place during the winter. And in the winter, the obviously very cold weather, it's the 20th day of the 9th month. So again, if you go according to Esau's calendar, that's September 20. Is it that cold on September 20 where people can't stand outside? That would make sense more in either late November or early to mid-December. You know, because it's a range of days, because you know how Esau fuck with the calendar. All right? So this is more likely to happen in November slash December than September 20. Moving on. I want to go up to 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 5. All right, some edification there. All right, it says, "In the mean season came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas, and when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains, for said he, these fellows flee from us." So there's a fight going on, which, you know, those of you that know, we're going to read it. It goes into eventually the this is the Maccabees, and this is when Hanukkah's, you know, brought to pass, basically. All right, so it says, "Now on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called Caslu, in the 148th year, they rose betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made." All right, I'm gonna cut the video short because I can't do no more than 15 minutes. I'm gonna do part 2.